This video will show you how to program your Intermatic ABRA surface switch using the mobile app. From the home screen, tap on the surface switch icon located under the Other Devices section. Under the Button 1 tab, which represents the top button of the surface switch, tap Add Intelligence. From here, you can make your action selection of a single click, double click, or long press. For this example, we will choose single click. The next page shows which smart scenes can be activated by the single click action. User-created scenes for each room are at the top, and global presets for each room are below. You can also create a new scene for this action by clicking on the Create Scene button at the bottom of the screen. For this example, we will choose Living Room All On, and then click Save at the top right of the screen. Now, when the top button is pressed once, all of the lights in the living room will turn on. Now let's create what happens with a double click on the top button. Again, tap Add Intelligence, and then double click. For this example, we will choose a user-created scene called Living Room 50. This is a scene we created earlier that turns all of the lights in the living room to 50% brightness. Click Save. Now, when the top button is clicked twice, the living room lights will dim to 50%. Now let's add a function to a long press of the top button. As before, tap Add Intelligence and then choose Long Press. For this example, we will choose a user-created scene called Evening Light. This is a scene we created earlier that dims the lights to 20% and changes the color temperature to a warm light. Click Save. Now, when the top button is held for 5 seconds and then let go, the living room lights dim and emit a warmer light. To add functions to the bottom button, tap on the Button 2 tab. For this example, we will add intelligence to a single click and scroll down to select the preset Living Room All Off, and then click Save. Now, a single press of the bottom button turns all of the lights in the living room off. Next, we will add intelligence to a double click of the bottom button and choose Living Room 100, which is a scene we made earlier. Click Save. Now, when we double-click the bottom button, all of the lights in the living room turn up to 100% brightness and go to the default neutral color temperature. Finally, we will add intelligence to a long press of the bottom button and choose a scene we created earlier called Colors, and then tap Save. Now, when we hold down the bottom button for 5 seconds and let go, all of the lights in the living room turn red. And that's it! You've now successfully added functions to all of the types of presses of the surface switch. And if you get stuck at any point in the process, you can contact technical support through the information listed on the screen. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below or visit Intermatic.com. And be sure to check out our other videos on YouTube or the Intermatic webpage for more tutorials.